Test, test. I think I'm live. Anyone out there? I'm on a different channel now. Let's see. I'll have to wait a minute or so because, oh, privacy. That's not good. Try that. All right, let's see if that works. I just started on a different channel, guys. Sorry, anything that could have went wrong this morning went wrong this morning. So, see if anybody shows up. The lovely thing about these live streams is what can go wrong will go wrong. Pretty much. All right, well, hopefully there's a few people find, oh, there's, hey, Krista. Sorry about that. I will not be doing any videos on how to live stream anytime soon. Hey, Val. All right. I got two. That's enough to get started. Sorry about that, guys. I'm live streaming through my actual video camera, which I've only done a couple of times, and I got in late this morning, so any time it took to test and get ready for this, I did not get to do so. And one of the dogs decided to poop right as we were about to go live, and then my signal wasn't working and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're here now. How's everybody this morning? You guys are doing good? So basically, guys, this is just a quick before Christmas live stream on. Wanted to do, just like you guys, I have a hard time keeping up with the amount of content I have to produce for this channel, my fitness channel, and then actually doing my actual job and just keeping up with it all. So something I wanted to incorporate in 2021 was maybe doing a bi-weekly or once a month live stream, mainly because there's not a lot of editing involved. And on top of that, I kind of want to hear exactly what the pain points are for you guys and what's not working and things like that. I can guess, you know, a lot of my videos are based on experiences I've had. You know, obviously for everyone it's different. And so sometimes getting an actual question, being able to answer it live, to me makes a lot more sense. So we'll see if it works, and I'm sure there'll be a building process, but you got to start somewhere, right? Hey, Xandra, how's it going? Hit your goals. I love that logo. So guys, I've got stuff that I can talk about, but if you guys have actual questions, I'd much prefer to do that. My stuff was just basically there as kind of an extra thing in case nobody showed up. So how's everybody's channels doing? Is everybody ready for the new year? I, for one, am really excited about 2021 because January is gonna be off the charts. To me, it's gonna be similar to what March or April was of last year. You've got the New Year resolution stuff happening, and then on top of that, I know here in Toronto, we're entering lockdown. I think it's Christmas Eve or Boxing Day. There's lockdowns happening everywhere else, and I think that's going to continue. So people are going to be kind of quarantined again. So for you guys with channels of under 1,000 subscribers, and for me even with this channel, it's an opportunity for growth. So most definitely, I'd like to see all of you optimized and ready to roll with this, because I don't think there's going to be too many chances for this kind of growth. So it's definitely, if you guys have issues with your channels or things that are not working, lay it on me, because I'd like to hear it. Sorry, I'm just going to move my screens around here because I'm looking over here and you guys are right there. So try this. There we go. All right, Xander's question first. What do you recommend, or how frequently to post? Once a week, a few times a month? I don't think it matters, Xandra, and it seems funny to say that. We're in a totally different genre of most creators. The odds of a subscriber to your channel doing just your workouts, knowing that there's thousands upon thousands of trainers out there, is it's not. They're gonna basically float around different channels. They're gonna have 5 or 10 different fitness channels that they probably subscribe to. So they may touch base with you once or twice a week. I mentioned in one of my videos earlier this year that I grew, over the course of the quarantine, my channel exploded, and I was posting, I think, once a week at best. I think it was the average was a little less than one video a week. So, that's maybe not normal. And I mean, I know there's people that do the 30-day programs and that, but you have to basically kind of work it into your schedule and what you're capable of doing. But I would rather see 1, 2, or maximum 3 good quality workouts a week than you maxing it out and doing weekly. Like what are you doing now? I'd be curious. While you're answering that, I'll look at Val's question. Should I know how many subscribers I have? I've seen people that do not show their sub counts. I think you should, Val. I mean, again, like, I'm going through it right now. I'm teaching you guys how to grow your channels, and this particular vlog channel only has 260 subscribers to it. So I think show it. You're going through a growth phase right now, and I think people automatically assume when they can't see it that it must be low. But if I were you, because I think you showed it at one point in time, but yeah, no, just show it. Just show it and let it grow. I mean, again, I go through the same thing. I'm going through it all over again with this channel where, my channel at one point had under 100 subscribers, and I'm trying to tell everyone how to grow their channels. And it just takes time. So how long do I recommend a video should be? That's a good question. I have yet to figure that one out. I've got videos on my channel that are 10 to 12 minutes that I thought would not be good, and they did extremely well. But I've also got videos that are as much as probably 28 or 29 minutes. I think a good variety, like I think that's something you can do as a playlist, because there are people, you have to look at it from the perspective of the subscribers. There are people that are very much at a beginner's level. They can't do a 25, 30, 35-minute workout. Also, there's women or men that get up in the morning and they want to just do a quick 10, 15-minute blast before they jump in the shower and take off to work. So they're looking for kind of a quick, intense calorie burning just to get the blood flowing. So I think I would mix it up. That's one thing I would definitely mix up. I for sure do not believe in those highlight reel workouts that I see a lot of people posting on Instagram. I don't know who follows those, or who. I guess it's good for workout if you wanted to actually copy the workout and take it to the gym or something. But the people that do those highlight things, I don't recommend it. I think you should get in there and do the full workout. But yeah, I mean, mix it up, do a few long form. Like, I think the length of most of your workouts is pretty good from what I've seen. But having a playlist of, kind of like short, intense morning workouts would be something that I think people would go for if you try that. I'm not sure if that answers your question or not, but. I found that the shorter vids have the best view time. Do you mean as far as average watch time? Because you're definitely going to get that, because if your videos are 5 or 6 minutes and somebody watches 2 minutes of it, then that's 35%. So that's your thing right now, Val. Like, I haven't seen the analytics on your channel, but in order to get monetized, yeah. So there we go. So yeah, you're going to have a higher view time because it's a shorter time frame. So if somebody watches a 5-minute video for 1 minute, they've watched 20% of it. Whereas if somebody watches a 20-minute video for 1 minute, it's obviously significantly lower. You're really going to want to concentrate on the longer form content, because I'm sure you're probably hustling to get to that 4,000 watch hours, and that's when you'll be able to get yourself monetized. And it's a lot easier to get to 1,000 subscribers than it is to 4,000 hours of watch time. I was at 2,000 subscribers, or just shy of it, and I still didn't have my 4,000 hours of watch time. So that's something where you're going to want to have 2 or 3 of those long form videos that that really hit, like that are kind of go viral and get a lot of watch time. And I mean, it's funny when I think back, because it was just over a year ago that I was struggling to get to the 4,000 hours of watch time, and now I think my channel does, I had to double check, but I think it's something like, I think I do 4,000 hours of watch time a month now, roughly. So I mean, like, a lot can change really quick once 2 or 3 videos take off for you. Hit your goals. Kim, what suggestions do you have for trying to figure out a more defined niche? It's different than teaching in the gym where you teach many different styles. Yeah, absolutely, Kim. I talk out both sides of my mouth with this one, because I do believe in kind of throwing things at the wall to see what sticks and what works. But one of the hardest things for trainers converting to YouTube is trying to get out of that group fitness instructor mode. Everything from yelling at the camera, because you're used to yelling across a room, and it's a whole different way of connecting with people. Yeah, if you do too much for everyone, then you still can get the views, but you don't get the subscribers. Using my channel using both of my channels as a kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? I've only had 1 coffee, so I'm kind of half out of it. But examples. Using both my channels as examples. My channel, Trainer Hub, the thing that I did to try and niche it is nobody talks. I thought, there's a lot of channels out there that have instructors that are talking and yelling and going on, and everybody's cheerful and all that. And then there's generic music in the background. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to talk, and there's not going to be music. I'll put all my time cues in. And then what I promote is crank up whatever motivates you in the background and do my workout. You've got the time cues. It's just, so I have people that absolutely hate that nobody talks and there's no music, and they tell me every day. But I've got a core audience that loves it, that have sent me private messages to say, whatever you do, please do not add music and don't talk. And they love it like that. So there's not a lot of channels like mine that are doing that. And I think I'd rather cater to that smaller niche, because they don't unsubscribe. There's a lot of people now that my channel is getting more attention, that will come in, they like some of the workouts and stuff, and they come and go. But I'm catering to that core audience, and I'm not going to change it. And then with this channel's the same thing. It took me a good 6 or 8 months to decide what this particular vlog channel was going to be about. I was going to do behind the scenes of my agency and video shooting and stuff, but I thought, no, I'm going to cater to growing a YouTube channel, and I'm going to cater to personal trainers and people in the fitness genre. There's no point in me explaining, some of the stuff that I talk about does work for any channel, but a lot of it is catered towards the psychology of fitness, which is a little bit different. And because I've got my background in fitness combined with this, that works for me here. So definitely I would niche it. Like you and I have had private conversations, Kim. I love the idea of, like, I've talked about some of the big things right now. Over 40 workouts without babying people is good. Like, seniors workouts is huge right now, and nobody's doing it. And then there's all these other things that are coming up. But sorry if I'm trailing off here a bit. But I think definitely you're at a point now, because you're producing a ton of content. Your content's getting better every time I see it. The only thing left now is that microphone, which we discussed. But to start zoning in on a certain audience, I think now's the time for you to do that, because everything else is starting to fall into place for you. And as far as trying to decide, your analytics can kind of help you with that. But yeah, I would just basically figure out a way. Like, my big 3 right now are beginners training, over 40, and seniors. I'm not actually catering to it because I've got another thing going on, but those are the 3 that are going to be big going into next year. So hopefully that kind of answers a little bit. So next, cage Pilates and more. Not for me. Yeah, because I've seen your analytics, and that boggles my mind. I've never seen that before. Guys, if you're looking for a good Pilates channel, check out Krista's Case Pilates and More. Krista is in Austria, and I really like her channel. She's checking off all the boxes. But yeah, you get. I mean, you're coming down. You're getting close to 4,000 hours of watch time, and I don't think you've reached 600 subscribers yet. And that's not normal. But I mean, that's good, because quite honestly, watch time is more important than subscribers. But you do want the subscribers in order to get the sponsorships and things like that, where you can actually make some money doing this. And yeah, Val, I'd be curious to what your watch time is, Val. Maybe one of these times I'll do an audit. For any of you guys that don't know this, I do assessments free of charge on people's channels. I've actually worked with some of the people that are in this right now, and in this chat right now, and basically we go through the back end. If you're not as comfortable with the analytics side of it, we kind of figure out where the pain points are and give you a document which kind of gives you an idea. This is what you need to work on. This is what's okay. But yeah, Val, one of these days we should try that with yours and just see what's going on behind the scenes. My last 3 vids have no talking with perfectly timed screen cues, and they have the most views. That's interesting. I did notice that you started specifying no talking in your titles. That's very interesting. I'd be curious to look at the analytics on that and see, but I think there's people that just want to train and they're just not into being motivated right now. Sometimes they just want to pick up, do a random workout. Sometimes I think as trainers, we overthink it and we get so tied up in wanting to be the best trainer and wanting to, do the hardest workouts and 30-day challenges and this and that. And you're trying to pull people in to do this stuff when sometimes it's just as good as making a variety of different workouts and, and throwing them out there. Like I'm just now, this January, I'm going to be doing my first ever membership tier, and I'm keeping it simple. But what I'm doing is I've had people ask me, because I've got such a variety of workouts, they're looking for the structure now. So myself and Jacqueline are putting together a basically 30-day challenge where we're going to tell them which workouts to do on which days. We're going to give them a nutrition program to accompany the whole thing, and it'll be like a lower priced package, which just gives them the structure they need for training instead of just throwing workouts at them. But that to me is a good way to kind of enter the membership tier without asking people to pay big dollars for private workouts and things like that. Val and Kim are connecting. That's awesome. And no problem, Krista. Hey, Annalyn. How's over 40 training different from beginners or general healthy people? It really doesn't, and this is where you can kind of specify it. What you're doing is you're capitalizing on the search term. It's not that your workouts, you could literally have two different channels. One of them could be beginner workouts. Another one could be over 40 workouts, and it could almost be the same criteria. The thing with over 40, and to me, I am over 40, and I don't think over 40 is old anymore. At least maybe that's what I'm telling myself. But some people that do the over 40, they kind of baby the clientele, and I don't think that's the way to do it. Like what somebody who's over 40 is looking for on an emotional level is somebody that they can connect with, whether it's body type, whether it's, I'm a busy working mom and I have children and this is the program I do, and so are they. So they're always looking for that emotional hitch. That's what over 40 training is for me. So it might be something where you're putting together a workout that they can do in the morning that's fast because they've got to get it done before kids get up and things like that. Or it could be something for, over 40, like usually between that age 35 and 40 is when, particularly with women, guys too, I guess, but particularly with women, they start to kind of see their metabolism starts slowing down and keeping in shape gets more difficult. So it's kind of just coming up with stuff that caters to that audience, again, without babying them and doing workouts that don't give results. But yeah, as far as beginner training, the only thing I would say with beginner training that is different than over 40 is in some cases you're dealing with people that don't actually know the exercises. So if you're doing more beginner stuff, then you might consider doing a playlist of tutorials, which, by the way, that's something that most of the people in this group that I do know don't do. And my channel, the very first video that ever went viral for me was a 2-minute tutorial on how to do trap bar deadlifts. It was very primitive, and if you Google trap bar deadlifts, I am page 1, top of page on how to do trap bar deadlifts, and that got my channel a lot of initial subscribers. So don't hesitate sometimes if you're comfortable with form and explaining form to throw a couple tutorials in there and put it in a separate playlist, because there are people that can appreciate that, and particularly if it's something that maybe you're doing a dumbbell workout that includes deadlifts with dumbbells. So maybe you show them how to do a deadlift with a dumbbell and put it in a separate playlist, and then you can link the two, because it's going to extend your watch time and you're helping them as far as learn the form as well, because you will get that with beginners, whereas people in their 40s, they may be really used to training, but they're not used to the body that they've got at this point. I always say when you get to around age 40, you need to stop training muscles and start training body movements. And that's something with any clients that I have that are around that age group, is we start, training to be faster, to be quicker, to jump higher, more athletic movements, because this is when you start getting like early onset of arthritis and things like that you're dealing with. And so that would be the only difference, but a lot of the workout choreography would be pretty similar. Erase. You're welcome, Val. And no problem, Annaline. I hope I'm saying your name right, Annaline. I apologize. I should have asked you when we spoke before. Um, Lots of over 40s in this group. Yeah, Annaline, I would definitely add some tutorials. You're another one whose your channel is extremely good, and I would not just say that. Your workouts are good, the background's good, it's very well produced. Like all the boxes are checked for you. I would definitely start adding, especially because you've got the kinesiology background as well. So that's, you know, instantly you've got the credibility and people will pay attention to that. And it also, it helps you add, you know, from one of the questions earlier about how many times to post a week, this is a great way to kind of hack that a little bit. And this is something I think I'm going to start doing in January more, is you could do 2 workouts and 2 tutorials a week, and that's, you're posting on 4 days, which looks good in the eyes of the algorithm without you having to do full length workouts 4 times a week. So just not a bad idea. Val, I'm not going to do this, but someone told me about Buy Me a Coffee. Look it up, as it is a way of accepting support and donations from Patreon. I don't feel comfortable about it. Yeah, I've seen that stuff too. It's even in these live streams, there's things like super chat and stuff. I think like if I ever start doing anything like that, it would be very, very subtle. I just think there's a time and place for it, and I don't know. It's incredible. There are some people out there in the fitness genre and otherwise that make really good money with super chat and Buy Me a Coffee and stuff like that. I'm not totally comfortable with it yet for myself, but you know, again, I guess it's something you can experiment with. Like I said, my next thing right now, for my fitness channel, I make okay money off Google AdSense. And then my main income is sponsorships, and that just keeps growing. So that's kind of where I focus. I'd like to start doing more paid tiers on my site. Like I mentioned, I'm going to kind of dip my toe in that this year. But yeah, the Buy Me a Coffee thing, it kind of feels like panhandling in a sense. But at the same time, I think for somebody who consistently is doing your workouts and really enjoying them, it's just a way for them to give you a tip. So I actually think that Kay's Pilates, if you're still in there, Krista got her first tip just recently, I think, on her channel unexpectedly. So there are people that will do it too. So where are we at? Oh, I do pronounce your name well. That's good, Annaline, because I get called Ragan a lot. So I try my best to enunciate. That's good, because I just guessed. No problem, Val. Yeah, the Buy Me a Coffee thing, Annaline, I think it's just a way for people to give you a tip for your efforts. I think somebody has to be a pretty hardcore fan and doing, I mean, if you've got a handful of people that maybe, particularly for someone like Annaline, I'm not sure where you were doing your workouts before. I think we did speak about it. Kim, I know we have spoke about it. You've made the transition from working in a gym to doing the online thing. Now, if you're used to working in a studio in a gym and people are coming and paying for your classes every week or several times a week, they're already conditioned to paying you to take your classes. So in that case, you might want to try the Buy Me a Coffee thing, because these people may not have much issue because they've paid you in the past, and you're still giving them the content as best you can under the circumstances of COVID. So they may very well be conditioned to do it, and that could be a great way to test that. If your audience is completely online and it's not people you know in person who you've maybe done work with in the past, it might be a little more difficult. It's still worth trying perhaps, but that would be my take on that. But I think definitely if you are used to people paying to take your classes, you could try it. So Val, I'm going to come back to your question because that's a longer answer. So give me 1 sec. And Kim, will the voice recorder quiet the foot sound from jumping in a vid? Strange questions, but it's my biggest annoyance. Yeah, it will. It's not going to quieten it, but it's not going to be as echoey. So it's not going to be hearing it from the camera, which is, you know, several feet away. I could send you clips of my workouts with the ambient camera audio and then the actual wireless audio, and you'll see a big difference. Everything will be clear, and the most important part is that your voice will no longer be competing with anything else. Like that's the problem when it's an audio across the room, is everything from dumbbells thumping to your feet stamping to you talking. It's all on the same channel, and it's all basically the same distance away from the microphone. Whereas when you're clipped and the microphone is up here right next to your mouth, nothing's going to overpower you. So you'll see a big difference. That's going to make a huge difference in your channel. Val, so how do you gain sponsorship? So it's not necessarily that you have to use the products. It's always better when you do like the products, but what I did for sponsorships, because again, my backstory is that I was a creative director with like a very big sports nutrition company, and 2 years ago I decided that I just wasn't interested in doing that anymore. They were selling fat burners and things like that, so the fitness side of me was just not into it anymore. I wasn't liking the content that we were producing and stuff, so I lose all my viewers in one. That's weird. We still going? You guys still there? Just said that all the viewers just left at once. Anyway, I'll keep going. So yeah, so when I moved over to open my own agency and start doing my thing, I was looking for all kinds of different income streams just so I had lots of options, and YouTube was one of them. So I treated it very much like a business. And once my channel got going, and as soon as the COVID hit and I started seeing the growth, I immediately went after like 200 sponsors. I went after them. I created basically a form. This is my channel. This is what it does. This is the average watch time on my channel. So they know that rather than, posting something on Facebook that somebody's going to scroll past in a second, I've got an audience of 14,000+ people. I've got their attention for 15 minutes at a time, and in a lot of cases I offered to do a month or two for free and things like that, and so things started, out of 200 I got 3 sponsors out of it, and now what's happening, and this is something I was thinking about doing today, but now I'm getting to the stage where companies are sending me stuff all the time, and I don't even know what to do with it. So one of my videos coming up is going to be much more into sponsorship stuff, especially at this level, because at some point you become a sellout. Like one of my videos from a few weeks ago on my workout channel was, I did a review for a wallet before the workout started, and I just felt dirty doing it. I don't think people on my channel, they didn't say anything, thankfully, but I don't want to do too much of that stuff because I do think that could be counterproductive to growing if I incorporate too many things. But some of this stuff, like this here, is Body Gym. It's just a band with a bar across it. So I mean, that's something I could do a quick review or a workout on. Again, I haven't unboxed any of these things yet, but one of these is like some kind of an ab machine, and so there's a few different things there. I'm going to open them in a different video, or if you guys really want me to, I'll open them here. But those are things that you guys can be going for right now. And when your channel's a little bit smaller, it's hard to charge money for it. But like something, I know one of these, actually I'm going to open one of these. Yeah, so like this product here is Toro band, high quality resistance tubing, and it's got like, provides external resistance that your muscles have to work against, and it goes up to 300 pounds in weight. So I mean, if you wanted to add squats and deadlifts and things like that, this is a good product. And this is a company that's relatively new, and they're looking to get their product in front of users. And again, knowing what a lot of these companies are like, they don't have a huge marketing budget early on. So if any of you were to contact this company, and I can put the links or send you the links privately or whatever, and just, you know, introduce them to your channel, say you'd love to try it out, do some stuff. It works good both ways, because number one, you get a free product. Secondly, it's easy to, I mean, band workouts do good as it is. And they're getting content that they're able to show their audience for free, because they're able to show them this workout that you're doing. Oh, you know, look at Val enjoying our bands. Look at Annalene enjoying her bands, and so they use that. And then the flip side is that their audience gets introduced to your channel, which means spillover of subscribers and stuff. So even though you may not be getting paid for something like that, it looks good in your channel that you're sponsored, just by saying that you're sponsored. It gives you more stuff to play with at home for workouts. And then you've got a company who's helping promote your workouts, which in turn means spillover views and stuff like that. So I've been saying all along, and if any of you ever want help kind of putting together one of these kind of generic letters, let me know, and I can send you what I've got. But definitely a good idea to start kind of piggybacking. Like, again, I mentioned in the video about the searches for November, that curl bar workouts was huge, and a lot of that has to do with the Bowflex curl bar machine that came out. So another perfect opportunity. They may not send you one for free because they've got millions and millions for marketing budget, but if you were to start doing curl bar workouts, or if you invested in one of those and started doing workouts with it, you'll probably see a spillover of these millions of people that are going to buy them from their marketing that's pushing them out the door. And then now they're looking for different workouts, and there's not a lot of that stuff on YouTube. So again, another opportunity to kind of capitalize and get traffic coming in, because it all comes down to your titles on your videos. And if you're able to say, you know, curl bar workout using the Bowflex curl, whatever it's called, people are searching for that, a lot of people, and there's not a lot of content out there for it. So where we are. Case play. Everybody can skip the review. Oh no, they can, but that's not going to stop them from complaining about it. that's my problem. So, and the bigger my channel gets, the more thick-skinned I have to get, because some of the comments you get are just brutal. And my first reaction is to find them and like punch them in the head, but you can't. So in most cases, I'll if they're being disrespectful politely, I'll answer them. If they're being jerks, I'll just delete the comment and delete them. So, but yeah, people, they can skip the review, but they don't. They'll just complain. Annalene, I believe someone from Instagram sells something similar to the Total Gym Resistance Band in a bar. Yeah, there's so many things out there right now. And again, like, I've got these three things. I got contacted yesterday about actually a fairly expensive massage gun that's being sent to me that I'll have to do a review on. They're just companies that are looking for way, and the companies are being smart. Rather than investing their marketing dollars and here, come look at us, they're finding people that can display these things, like display these products to their audiences, you know, and then they give you an affiliate link and you make commissions on the products and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. For me, I'll just do the review and I'll post the link. The commissions are never going to be that much anyway. The main reason that I took all this stuff is to show you guys, to do a video on it for this channel. I'll find a way to review it on my other channel, or I'll use it in a workout or something. But there's another one in here that I think it's this one. So this thing is some kind of a sit-up bar, and in theory, I guess it's interesting, but I know my laptop's kind of in the way here. So, quickest way to do this. So this guy contacted me a couple weeks ago, and this is basically just you stamp it into the floor, and it's supposed to suction, which I know you can't do it at a better spot. So you put this down into your floor, and it suctions it, and then it doesn't move. And I actually read the reviews, and a lot of people were complaining it doesn't stick, but that actually sticks really good. Now, I don't know what it'll do in this old hardwood floor here, but I did tell the guy when he messaged me that because I saw some negative reviews, I said, if it's not a good product, I'm not going to review it. So just so you know, I just want to be transparent, because that's one thing I absolutely won't do is review crap. If the product's not good, I'm not going to review it just because you sent me a piece of junk. So, yeah, you know what? Because I'm seeing some of you guys subscribing to each other. Any of you guys that are in this thing right now, definitely subscribe to each other. Give each other a little boost and stuff like that. And it's nice to be supportive, and you can also get ideas from one another. You got nothing to lose. Where am I at? I actually didn't think there'd be so many questions, so this is great. All right, so here we are. Val, Val, I'll send you an email after this, and I'll show you the letter that I used. And I basically set it up, and then I would just change certain terms, always personalized it, and sent it off. And as I said, be thick-skinned, because most of them aren't going to get back to you, but it only takes one. If you look at some of the other videos, you'll know how much I made off 3 sponsors. And who do I have to reach out exactly for sponsorships? Krista, the massage gun is made by a company called ABOX, ABOX, and I know it's on Amazon and stuff. I've seen really good versions of this and really bad ones. This one seems to be okay, the reviews I saw on it, so I'm going to review it on here when it comes in. It's hard to know. A lot of cases, I can only go by my own experiences, which if I was trying to get a supplement sponsorship with the company that I used to work for, you would probably, the person you want to speak to is the head of talent relations, but you wouldn't find them. So sometimes you have to basically send out a message to whoever's run, even if it's to their social media. The unfortunate part is it's probably getting picked up by, a 25-year-old social media coordinator, and then you can only keep your fingers crossed that they'll send it to the appropriate person. Social media coordinators usually work within the marketing department, which is also where talent relations is. In some cases, you can look through LinkedIn and find people, but typically I recommend going for smaller companies, because if you go for a smaller company, chances are, you're not going to make a lot of money, but they're going to be more open to working with you, and it becomes a nice relationship, and it helps you kind of figure out how to do this and how it works and all that. So, and the person running the social media is oftentimes the person who owns the company. So that would be the first people I would go after. You'll get some products out of it, hopefully, and people are just there's a lot more gratitude for the efforts you would put in. But so that would be, Krista, my recommendation there. But I do have some contacts as well that I could share with you guys. But definitely anything that's here, this stuff I'm showing today, they're busy. I mean, I know they're not just reaching out to me. They're busy looking for people to rep their products. So they'd be good ones to reach out to, and I can send you the email addresses because I've got them. Yeah, the massage gun is pretty expensive. That was probably the most expensive toy that I've received to date. Which item, Val? The ab thing? If it's the ab thing you're talking about, it's called. Guranj Sai. It is on Amazon. I think it sells for around $30 or $35 on there. Non-expensive item, but yeah, I'm impressed with that. Like, again, particularly people at that beginner level, I could see tangled. I could see people buying that actually. People that have trouble doing sit-ups and stuff. It's cheap, it's small, you can use it in a condo, and makes it easier to do sit-ups and crunches and stuff on the floor. So that's not a bad one. Again, this flat surface, it sticks perfect. We'll see how it works on the floor. Because that was the complaint that I saw, was that it didn't stick well on some floors. I'm sure laminate and vinyl it would, but maybe hardwood, if there's any air pockets, it might not. But I could punch that right now and it wouldn't move. Yeah, there you go, Val. Increase each other's watch time by watching each other's videos. No problem, Krista. Oh, yeah. The massage gun, Val, it's ABOX, ABOX was the brand. And I think it was, I think it's like 170 it retails for. Arjun, welcome. Thanks for joining us. By the way, guys, let me know where everybody's from around here. A lot of you I've even spoken to. I'm not even sure where you guys are from. I'm curious how much reach we have today. Arjun, should I upload video on push-ups first? Arjun, you can. I mean, you can upload videos on anything. I mean, if you're doing like a push-up workout, sure. If you're doing a tutorial on proper way to do push-up, you'd be surprised how many people don't know. Again, as fitness professionals, we don't realize sometimes how we take for granted what we know. And there's a lot of people that are just looking for very basic answers to things, and they're not getting it because a lot of trainers are so busy trying to be the next big thing. So you could definitely do that. The only thing I would say is there are a lot of push-up videos that are out there, so you want to make sure there's something kind of proprietary to your push-up video. But definitely, if you have any questions about it, reach out to me and I'm happy to help you. Annaline, I've been looking at local companies for these affiliated links for sponsorships. Yeah, that's pretty smart. I think you're based in Montreal, if I'm not mistaken. It's always good to start local. I mean, I know one company that's in Montreal is, what are they called? Stack Fitness, STAK. They've got a whole bunch of soft goods, like small products and stuff like that. If you were offering to do some stuff for them, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like I know people in that company that I've worked with, and again, these guys are all just like you guys. They're just looking for attention that leads to sales. So, but it never hurts to start locally. Annaline, with you in particular, with the kinesiology background, there's that element of, that extra layer of professional there and stuff, and I think you could pick up a few quite easily. No problem, Val. Arjun, I'm making a channel on YouTube. Tell me, what should I teach on YouTube about fitness? Where are you from, Arjun? Are you looking to make content for like the North American audience? Do you live somewhere else? Like sometimes it really does matter where you guys are. It's hard because there's so much stuff out there right now. But like I had mentioned earlier, the big three for me right now that I feel are not represented as much are over 40 workouts that aren't terrible, and seniors training. The chair workouts thing is taking off. Rebounding, the little mini trampolines, that's doing really well now. Then I mentioned the curl bar workouts. So there's things like that are growing and they're not represented as much. I mean, HIIT workouts, dumbbell workouts, band workouts, kettlebell workouts, those are everywhere. Yoga, Pilates, there's a ton. So you have a lot of competition in those areas. So when you're doing those, you have to find a way to make it kind of proprietary to you. These other areas are not as occupied. They're not the cool workouts to do perhaps, but those are the ones that I would, if you're just starting out, that I would be focusing on. And you're in India. So, I mean, I've never actually been to India, but I mean, the training styles there could be completely different as well. Surprisingly though, I have quite a few people from India that watch my channel and follow my channel. So I actually have to post my videos at like midnight in order to get the most views, because for some reason they get really busy overnight, and it's because people overseas are watching them. But yeah, that's one thing that, you know, India may have a whole different genre of fitness that I'm not even fully familiar with, but those are definitely some big things right now, that what I mentioned earlier, that I think would be a great way to stop. NeighborFit, welcome. Great channel, man, from South Africa. Our videos are good. We were just not getting subscribers. We market on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, IG. Okay, you know what's funny? You're the second person from South Africa that I've spoken to in the last 24 hours. So that's awesome. I'm actually going to try and bring your channel up as we're chatting here. So when you're saying you're not growing, is it you're not getting views, or you're not getting subscribers, or is it both? There we are. 12 videos, 114 subscribers. Well, honestly, NeighborFit, you've only been in business for 6 months, so 114 subscribers, you're doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't fuss too much on that one. 220 views in a video from 2 weeks ago. I mean, if you want, I can do an assessment on your channel. We can sidebar on this after. Sorry, I'm just watching as we. Oh wow, you got drones happening. I can see a few things that I might change on here. But right off the bat, something I was going to mention. The marketing on other social media platforms, be very careful about that. I've done videos on this on the channel, and it's not a good thing in a lot of ways. What happens when you market on Instagram, for example, is you're marketing to family and friends and people you're connected with, and that's not necessarily the audience that's going to watch your video from start to finish. They're going to get the message on their phone. They're going to click through. They're going to watch your video for maybe 30 seconds just out of pure nosiness. And then they're going to shut it off because their ride's here, because they have to get back to work, or whatever they're doing. And so what happens when you market, you cross promote on other social media platforms, is you bring down your average watch time, because you're going to get a lot of these people clicking through, watching for 20 seconds, and then they're gone. And the algorithm doesn't know anything about it other than you've got a 8-minute video that was watched for 20 seconds. And that tells them that the video must not be good. So what happens is that YouTube does not promote your video into the recommended videos, because it's being told by the data that it might not be a good video for people. So be very careful with that. You might want to experiment with not cross-promoting for a couple of weeks. Just post your videos and concentrate on the YouTube platform. There's like 2 billion people on there right now that are looking for exactly what you're posting. The only other thing there's a few things I would mention to you, but I'll save it. We can sidebar on it. Things like titles and thumbnails and stuff that could be optimized for being found. But yeah, that would be my big thing. Is there a marketing strategy in YouTube that we should explore? Yeah, there is, and let's chat. Here, I'm gonna put my email in the thing here. If any of you guys ever need, like, if you want to get kind of an audit and assessment done, I just added my email to this, and message me. And some of you in this group have already had it done, and you can attest that hopefully it's helpful. But yeah, I can kind of help you go through the analytics and a few basic things that you can do strategically to optimize your videos to be found. So yeah. Kim, what are your thoughts on asking people to subscribe in your videos? I've heard two sides in this. I don't think it hurts, Kim, to ask people to subscribe. I also don't think they're going to subscribe if they want to. You know, we added, I think you've got the watermark on your channel right now. So, I mean, people know how to subscribe in 2020. I don't think they need to be told. And I do see a lot of people that follow that. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you'll know when my new workouts come out. It's there. You could do it. If you're going to do that, I would do it at the end of the video, not at the start, only because I think the quicker that you get into the workout, the better. If you want to hold people's attention. I think if you lollygag too much with the intro, I think you'll lose people before they even see the quality of your workouts. But I don't think it's going to hurt you or help you. I think it'll just be a thing, but it doesn't hurt to do it. My stream picture quality is through the roof. In a good way, neighbor fit, or in a bad way? I'm hoping good. That's a video that I might do in the future if you guys are interested, is live streaming, because I do actually have a very different setup than like, I'm not doing this from a phone or a laptop, and it's very inexpensive. I basically am tethered to my video camera, and and I'm using OBS software, and it creates a much higher quality live stream. I'm hoping. I can't see it myself right now. That was the problem that got me on here late this morning. It was acting up on me. But live streams are getting bigger all the time, and I would definitely, if you have trouble, if you're struggling to get enough content out, doing a live stream workout daily or every couple days or once a week or whatever, I think would help. This is going to help me a lot with this channel because, number one, I'm able to answer your questions, but also I don't have to edit this. So now suddenly I'm going to be able to produce more videos, which hopefully is helpful to you guys and is helpful to my channel in terms of growth, because the algorithm sees that I'm pretty consistent with my posting and stuff. So I am really hoping that this becomes a regular thing, but that's going to be up to you guys. Case Pilates, hula hoop is a big thing in Europe at the moment. I've heard that too. I think hula hoop workouts actually came up in one of the rising searches a couple months ago. So who knows? That could be another one. We can bring it to North America, or you can bring it to Austria. Val, I ask people to subscribe. Thoughts on this? You mean, Val, you ask in your workouts for them to subscribe? Again, same thing I just said to Kim. I don't think it's going to hurt or help. I think people are just going to connect with your content or they're not. So I mean, it's one of those things. You can mention it to them. I think one of the best ways of getting people to subscribe is reaching out to them in other comments and boards and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to mention it in there. Probably leave it and do it at the end, because the people that do your workouts and make it to the end are the ones that are definitely they're your prime customers. They're ready to subscribe. So remind them on the way out. I think asking somebody to subscribe before they even see your video, they're not going to subscribe in that moment. And by the time they decide to subscribe or not, it's going to be irrelevant. Yeah, Arjun, I don't know if you heard what I mentioned earlier, but the cross promotion, it doesn't always work very well. I do some posting on Instagram of workouts and stuff, but I actually do that for my sponsors more than myself, because I've watched my watch times go down when I post on Instagram, because people are clicking through, but they're in the middle of something else. They're not going to watch it very long. They're being nosy, for lack of a better way to put it, and it brings down my watch time. So I've been focusing just on YouTube. And basically, unless I have to do something for a sponsor. What do I think? Kate's Pilates, what do I think of TubeBuddy? Do I use it? I do use it. I use the free version. And I'm actually thinking on purchasing the paid version for a month just to do a vlog about it to see if it helps. I do like the main thing I use it for now is I log in and it shows me that, okay, over the last 5 days, like when I log into my studio, my YouTube studio on YouTube, it shows me the amount of views on every video and stuff. But when you log into TubeBuddy, and let's say it's the first time I've logged in 5 days, it's going to show me over the last 5 days which videos, how many views they've had in 5 days, which I actually like because it gives me a better idea on what's working on a particular week, if some things are going down and going up and stuff like that. So that's all I use it for now. I do know that people use it for tagging and keywords and kind of watching your competitors' videos and what they're posting and how they do that. But I thought it might be one of those things that I'll try it for a month and do a review on it to see if it's worth it or not. There's a lot of different ones out there. There's TubeBuddy. There was a few that I experimented with a few months ago, but so for what I use it for, I like TubeBuddy. The paid version I can't speak for yet. I've never paid for it, so. Have a great day, Annalene. Thanks so much for popping in. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you very soon. And happy holidays if I don't talk to you before then. Kim, well worth it. Thank you, Kim. And thank you, Annalene. I enjoyed working on both of your assessments. Neighbor Fit, definitely get in touch with me. I'm happy to help you. And Kim, you want to see the live stream? Yeah, you'd be good for that because you do a lot of content. Yeah, because what I set up, and I actually set this up for a client, and then now I'm trying it for myself, but it's not too difficult to do. And the nice thing with what I'm doing now is I actually have a hardline internet connection. So I basically just bought like a big one of those phone cable things, old school, and I plugged it in to my modem, so I have a direct connection, which is probably the reason why I'm hoping this live stream is pretty clear. I'm not on a Wi-Fi connection, and then I just have another little thing called a cam link, and then a USB cable to my camera, and then I downloaded a software for free, and here we are. So yeah, so far so good. But I'll do something more kind of thorough on that, so you guys can consider it. Because I definitely, the live streams that I see people, the Zoom workouts and stuff, which I think it's cool that people can connect that way, but the quality is not very good. So if you're going to do live workouts, I think it would be great if you could do it at a higher quality for minimum expense. Val, live stream, perfect. I got an idea for next week then. And Val, no problem. So that was an hour and 3 minutes, guys. So if no one else has any questions, I'll probably wrap it up here. I can't thank you guys enough for showing up. I was hoping I might get one or two, but I was fully planning not to have anybody show up because it's the first time, but we all got to start somewhere. So thank you to all of you for showing up. And just making sure there's no more questions in there. Happy holidays to all of you. Take some downtime and relax, and hopefully we will connect again very soon. So take care, guys. Have a great rest of the week and weekend and holiday season with your families. Be safe, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Merry Christmas, Kim.